Good afternoon, my friends, and welcome to today's NWCR's Removing the Liberal Blindfold for this Wednesday, the 9th day of September in the year of our Lord 2020. From WND comes this one, headlined, Woman who died in February gets letter claiming she was tested for COVID, declared positive. Now, in local journalism, the news that gets covered is supposed to be the man bites dog variety, not the dog bites man. Except for the Onion, nobody really cares when an area man loses the lottery again. If it's sunny in Los Angeles, the weather doesn't lead off the 11 p.m. news. When the panda at the zoo isn't having a baby, no one bothers to cover its pregnancy status. All of which is to say that one hopes the case of Sandra Whittington is indeed of the man dog bites dog variety. However, the reason she's in the news isn't because it's not necessarily clear just how man bites dog it is. Whittington is, or rather was, a resident of Shelby County, Tennessee, which includes Memphis. The local health department reportedly said she tested positive for COVID-19 after taking the test on June 20th. The issue is that she passed away in the hospice care at a friend's home on February 16th after a battle with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, according to KTHV television in Memphis. Her son said it's been 6 months, almost 7, since she passed away. There was no testing that was done at that time. On her death certificate, it was stated she died, and what the cause of death was not COVID-19, but instead was COPD. And now to remove the liberal blindfold here, folks, I would be all but willing to say that I bet the state still lists her as dying from COVID, even though she didn't, and for that matter, was never tested for COVID. I have studied bureaucracy for a long time, and once something is listed in government records, it takes a long time to correct it, and the sad part is, much of what is in government records should be corrected. And the reason for this is the government, save for a few, think that they are the ones in charge of everything. Anything they say and do has to be considered law and order, according to them, when for the most part it's just the opposite of law and order. Today's Democrat Party is a great example of this, and the elites of the Republican Party are that way too. What they say and do is the things that we should praise them for doing, according to them, even though they go against God and laws about 75% of the time, if not much more. Right now, the people's trust in government is at an all-time low. And yes, even the Pelosi's and the Waters and the Schumers know this. But they bluster and filibuster the people into believing the lies that they are always telling us. Right now, I think that the one standing in the way of complete government takeover of this land with socialism and tragedy is President Trump and the few that stand with him. And the key word here is few, but only in government. Thankfully, a good portion of the American people see the things that are happening and know that Donald Trump is being divinely protected right now. And that is because what he is doing for this nation and Israel and the prayers of the people for his well-being. On to one other thing. This morning I was looking at Fox News or someplace, and it said that President Trump has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize, which should jerk Obama's chain a bit, but he's been nominated for this prize for his work on peace between the UAE and Israel. But he was not nominated by an American. Oh no, too many leftists out there to allow that. The commander-in-chief has been put forward for the prize by Christian Tybring-Gjedde, who is a member of the Norwegian Parliament. In his nomination letter reported by Fox News, Tybring-Gjedde said Trump's role in establishing relations between Israel and the UAE was part of the reasoning behind him putting the president forward. The whole world is watching. Thank you all for joining me today, and as a friend of mine used to always say, we will not be ruled. And we have to start refusing to allow that, folks, because if we don't, it's going to continue to get worse. This is Robert the Infidel, and I will see you all again on tomorrow. And remember, NWCR's Removing the Liberal Blindfold is brought to you through Conservative Nation Media, where America always wins. Have a blessed day.